It's all about West Coast. It's all about West Coast. It's all about West Coast. It's all about West Coast.
Kicking off our countdown at number 10, a raw story from Raekwon. He recalls just one of 1,000 wild stories with ODB.
Do you have any ODB stories that never been told? You have any?
Baby, I like it.
Nah, all I know, I mean, well, yeah, I got hundreds of stories with that, but you know, Old Dirty was a professional thief, though. You know. But one time I was hanging out with him and we wound up in this store called A&S, downtown Brooklyn. We just started stealing, and this, you know, he's crazy with it. Like, you know, I'm trying to steal like a hat or you know, some small shit. This is stuffing coats in his drawers and all that. Like, and you know, like he would come in, like, you know, because back then we would wear a lot of baggy clothes. And we was in the polo section, and this was just getting busy. I'm like just doing that. I'm like, you gonna get caught. You gonna get caught doing it, and he ain't give a f. Yo, this nigga took coats. Like, how you stuff a fucking full-length coat in your fucking drawers and keep it pushing? But I always knew that he loved the attention. He loved the attention, and he loved to come around and make everybody laugh. He do something stupid. He say something crazy. As far as his crazy side, I always felt like, you know, it was a way of getting attention. You know, he was an attention freak, but he was and I'm gonna tell y'all this for real. He was the that made it happen.
At number 9, guitarist Tom Morello remembers his first encounter with ODB, not on stage, but in a parking lot. It was the moment two very different worlds collided.
In '97, the Rage Against the Machine Wu-Tang Clan tour rolled out. Whoa, have you seen this Wu-Tang documentary on Showtime?
I haven't seen it.
So they talk about this tour.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember who it is. I think it's Raekwon, but I could be wrong. But they talk about how and why they left the tour.
I felt blessed and honored to be on tour with Wu-Tang. Like, Wu-Tang Clan, Rage Against the Machine, 1997, like, it was the craziest, like, idea. Yeah. But I think that their experience, they hadn't really toured before. Mm-hmm. They'd played shows and they had done, like, award shows, but, like, touring is a grind. ODB, or I'm not sure what name, it might have been
Big Baby Jesus.
Or Dwight D. Eisenhower, right. Remember that face?
Or Osiris.
Yeah, I'm not sure what. So he was, I think we had 34 shows booked with Wu-Tang Clan. They played 17 of them. I don't think they ever crossed the Mississippi. They played 17 of them. Dirty was at 2.
Okay.
And one was the New York show, and one was the Atlanta show. So Wu-Tang played first, and I'm getting ready for the show, and I'm kind of wandering around the tour buses in the parking lot, and Wu-Tang Clan is on stage, destroying the crowd. And who do I see wandering around the parking lot? An old dirty bastard. And I'm like, hey, how's it going? He's like, bro. Like, I'm like, yeah. And he's like, what's your name? I'm like, I'm Tom. Hi. Nice to, he's like, where's the stage? And I'm like, I can't. There's one thing. There's a parking lot and a stage. There's one thing, and it's big, and there's Wu-Tang Clan music coming from it. Right? There's Wu-Tang Clan music coming from it. And I'm like, it's right there. He's like, thanks, bro. And he continues walking the other direction.
Whoa.
Just into the night.
At number 8, Mariah Carey remembers the Fantasy video, a collaboration that changed the game. It was a joyful risk that kicked open the door for a generation of pop and rap collaborations and proving.
Mariah Carey, you made it cool for rappers to jump on R&B tracks, on pop tracks, and allowing them to be themselves. Like, music was trying to figure out how to blend hip-hop with pop and R&B and couldn't do it, and I feel like those Mariah Carey tracks are really important for just the evolution of hip-hop. I feel like you had a vision. Where did that come from?
I wanted to incorporate those beats into records that I was making because that's what I liked. It was my personal taste. It wasn't like, you know what, I'm gonna try to be cool. And it wasn't like that at all. I mean, when we used the Genius of Love sample for Fantasy, you know, I was fortunate enough to have Old Dirty Bastard on the record because I was a huge fan. May he rest in peace. I was a huge fan of 36 Chambers, and I was like, come on. And so I was like so excited, just literally like a fan. Like, I can't believe this is happening. The wig was his idea.
The wig was his idea. First of all, rest in peace to ODB.
Yes.
Mariah, one thing also that people may not know or may not give you credit for, you direct your videos. If you look at this just photo right there, look at Mariah behind the camera, directing the fantasy video.
And the best part of it was when ODB was there, and he was like, he wanted the wig. He made the stylist take him to the mall and get that wig, and he kind of caused a ruckus in the mall. It was just like, you couldn't write this stuff. Like, it was just like classic moments.
At number 7, Fredro Starr recalls clashing with ODB at a club, but true to Dirty's spirit, what started as tension turned to laughter?
So we in the club, I think we in Palladium, and this is in the book too. This is in the story, this is part of the story. So we in the Palladium nightclub. And I'll never forget this day because Warren G was looking for a DJ, and he had like a DJ contest. And Daz Effects was there, Freddie Fox was there, Onyx was there, and Old Dirty Bastard was there. I'll never forget it because the record from Fugees, Lauryn Hill, Killing Them Softly was playing at the time when this happened. So Sticky and ODB somehow come like face to face. Like ODB comes through and he's like staring Sticky in his face like this. I'm like, yo, why is this nigga staring at Sticky like that? Like everybody enjoying themselves, he's coming with some negative energy. He says, basically like, mind your business or some shit, and like mushes me, like, mind your business, little nigga. Like, word? It's like that? So I react. Boom. We at the Jacob Javison a couple of months later. I'm at the Jacob Javison. The Jacob Javison has a car show. Everybody goes to the car show. They got the 34th Street. Everybody used to go to that shit. And with my man P.I., rest in peace to P.I., we out there chilling. Old Dirty Bastard walks up. He comes to me, he says, yo, peace, God. He gives me his hand and I say, peace, God. We shake hands. He's like, yo, that night, man, just want to say, Paul and Self, I thought Sticky Fingers was King Just. And I had a problem with King Just. When he said King Just, Sticky looked like King Just, I just started laughing. Like, and he started laughing. Everybody that was there started laughing. And then after that, me and ODB became real cool. You know, he was off the chart. He was, you know, he was unpredictable. You know what I'm saying? Just like when he told people at the Grammys, he shut down the Grammys. He was in the bathroom with Sticky and they had a moment. Then he goes on the stage and says, Wu-Tang is for the children.
Wu-Tang is for the children. We teach the children.
You know what I mean? He was unpredictable. So, and that's ill because it could have went sideways. This could have went crazy. Like Onyx, Wu-Tang, like it could have been all out fucking war. But the respect level and the love that we have for them, because I took, like, we love Wu. I knew it wasn't gonna go like that, you know what I'm saying? And that's what you call real hip hop. That's real hip hop.
At number 6, Rezzer shares a studio memory with ODB. While recording, Dirty's chaotic creative energy took over, turning a regular session into another unforgettable moment.
One of the best beats on the album, to me, was called Going Down. And that beat was actually for Havoc. ODB said, I want it.
Right.
So I said, fuck it, God, you have what you want.
Right.
But in the middle of that track, his wiz, they upstairs cooking fish. And we down in the studio, he was like, yo, God, I want to do something crazy in the middle. I said, what? So I want my wiz to come down and argue with me. I was like, that's genius. And they record an argument. Fuck.
But that was a real argument?
I mean, good enough. You know what I mean?
Like they probably made it.
Yeah, good enough though, like reenactment.
Right.
And then the gag was, in the middle of that argument, he's gonna sing Somewhere Over the Rainbow. And he does it. And that's in the middle of a song. He made that track and then gave it to me to finish.
Wow.
You know what I mean? I said, yo, go buy an ASR. He bought an ASR. He only made 4 beats in his whole life. Because he really wasn't that patient. When he did Shame on a Nigga, he came in so late in the studio, I was angry. I said, yo, man, you said you're going, yo, fuck that guy. He had a bitch with him and shit. And you know, if I go at it, it could be a 2-hour argument, then we get to work. He's like, let me turn the mic on. I fuck on the pussy. We went in there, in one take, nigga, he did that song. Wow. Shame on a nigga that tried to run game on a nigga. Pow. I was like, nah, finish the hook, God. Nah, nigga, that's finished. I said, nah, you didn't say everything. They gonna love it. I'm like, fuck it. I kept it. I believed them.
At number 5, a young Q-Tip gets challenged at his own high school, ODB, with RZA on beatbox, steps up and fires off legendary bars that shut down the future Tribe star.
One time in high school, right? It was in, I must have been in like 11th grade by this time. My man from my school said, yo, this nigga's gonna get you, this nigga gonna hear about you, he coming, you know, it's like,
yeah, you hear
this
that.
nigga, my man Rob, we was in the lunchroom, it was 7th period, he was outside, he's like, yo, this nigga's outside. I said, where's Jay Nice? Where's Jay Nice? I was like, let's go. So everybody, you know how it is, when you about to fight and shit.
Form outside, yeah, let's go.
We go outside right in the front in this A song, this Old Dirty Bad. Where's Jay Nice at?
Old Dirty Bastard.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we went in, I think RZA was there. That's how when I first met them. But it's like I went first. So it was MC J Dice, that is my title and shit. Niggas, oh, I don't fight him. And I remember, and then Dirty was like, all right, I need my beatbox to go though. And it was, he was beatboxing. He had some shit. A song you need, I'm not gonna have it. Dang nabbit, you switch like a faggot. Niggas was just falling out like, oh! I took the L. Then I went off.
Wow.
They came back with some other shit. Niggas just dapped it up.
Don't try to brush it off, because I remember what taking my first L was like.
Nah, but it was funny because the nigga was funny.
So everybody was just
so it wasn't like, it wasn't venomous.
Right.
Because the nigga's balls was just so, he was on that early with that. That's my nigga right there.
Wow.
R.I.P. That was heavy, man.
At number 4, 𝗦𝗪𝗕𝗏 in the producer's chair with ODB, a chaotic studio session turned legendary Dirty's unfiltered energy, creating pure magic on the track.
I gotta throw the record off and make it crazy. So I was like, this record needs a twist. We got Pras from the Fugees, we got mine. Yo, so I called, I said, we need ODB on this track.
That's amazing. My man.
Yo, I said, if we put Osiris on this,
that's right,
it's going to throw the record off because his frequency is just crazy. I remember bringing Osiris in the studio and everyone was like, yo, he's going to be difficult, Clef, right? So he's going to be difficult. There's no way you're going to get nothing out of him. And I've been in the studio with some people, man. Yo, shout out to all my Wu-Tang fans.
Hell yeah.
Yo, I ain't gonna, this dude goes in the booth, man, and literally for 2 minutes straight, he just gets on the mic, the beat playing, and he's like, so, and this is going on for 2 minutes. And and as a producer, you gotta keep the poker face, you know what I mean?
Of course.
Because you the one who
let him do what he needs to do.
So this is normal for you. Like,
it's his process. Right. Yeah, you're just like, killing it. ODB killing it.
You're like, yo, this nigga calling the dolphin.
Right? Like, yo, holy shit. Like, yo, he's about to sacrifice the goat next, and I just gotta let it ride.
2 minutes into the record, he just spazzes into the craziest verse, And like RZA always say, it's so funny how geniuses work, like in their own time and in their own way,
Yeah.
And I thought like he brought the record like over the top to the edge. So that was definitely a beautiful thing,
At number 3, Inspected Deck shares stories of his bond with ODB, raw loyalty and wild moments that define their brotherhood.
What was your relationship like with ODB?
Oh man, see, ODB used to duck me, man. You know what I'm saying? That's my brother, I love him, but I was the one that was always like, yo man, what you doing, dog? Like chill, like relax, or calm down. Like he didn't, you know, Dirty didn't want to hear that a lot of the time. He wanted to hear, yo, man, I'm about to go knock off this armored truck. He wanted to do that was like, yeah, let's go. Our relationship was unique because we were night and day, like heads and tails of the same coin, you know what I'm saying? I'm the laid back, you know, I try to keep my calm at all times unless it's, you know, time to flip out. And he's always on flip mode unless it's time to calm down. You know what I'm saying? I think we was at the Arc in Brooklyn, had a show with 𝗦𝗘𝗚𝗘𝗡𝗘. We had to wait for 𝗦𝗘𝗚𝗘𝗡 and his crew to finish their setup to do what they had to do, but the crowd was screaming Wu-Tang while 𝗦𝗘𝗚𝗘𝗡 was on. Dirk couldn't wait. He didn't want to wait no more, so he goes out in the middle of 𝗦𝗘𝗚𝗃𝗡𝗃's show and takes the mic, starts screaming, y'all want to hear no 𝗦𝗘𝗚𝗃𝗡𝗃? Y'all want to hear Wu-Tang, right? Got the crowd all wild up. And for those who remember 𝗦𝗛𝗕𝗦, you know, he had the song, Go Put It In Your Mouth. He used to say Dirty took his style. You know, he's the first one that had that wild, like drunken monk type style. And you know, when you look at 𝗦𝗛𝗕𝗦 in the beginning, he did kind of, him and Dirty were kind of similar, you know what I'm saying? But I remember them being at the same show, being, you know, he's kind of the same way, man. They both didn't want to relent on who's going to get the mic or who's going to rock the crowd. So they wound up fighting for the mic in front of the crowd on the stage, like literally on the floor, laying in drinks, all types of shit. Like Dirty and 𝗦𝗛𝗕𝗦 fighting for the mic on some who's the master of that Dirty style. Like scrapping, really scrapping over the mic. Not even punching each other or trying to beat each other up, but trying to get the mic out of each other's hands. You know? that was a funny sight, bro.
At number 2, Ghostface Killah remembers his first time meeting ODB.
I met him with RZA. I'm meeting the hero, pastrami and cheese shit, hot and all that shit.
This is the first day you meet him?
First day I meet him. The nigga said to me, yo, God, you get a piece of that. Be like, yo. And it's Riz's cousin, like, you know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, yo, here. Boom, I gave him half of this shit. And nigga ate it, but while he's eating the piece, the nigga said, yo, word to my babies, God, that's the best sandwich I ever had in my life. Word to my babies, yo, you know how it go. Yo, listen.
Gastro best.
That nigga said, word to my baby, because everything was word to his babies with him. Everything what's my call, word to my babies, yo. My baby, that's the best shit. Yo, that was just shit all the time, word to his babies.
Right,
that's after I gave him that shit. And I started listening to the nigga like all the time and shit.
And now number 1, Busta Rhymes shares a wild ODB story, then reveals the real genius behind the chaos.
The GZA, before he was the Jizz, he was just a genius.
The genius, you're right.
RZA, when he was Prince Rakim.
It's both
Big
sides
Daddy
of
Kane.
Boy at the time, right?
Yeah. Big Daddy Kane. Leaders of the new school.
What, eating at the spot?
All performing.
Oh, I'm about to say.
So this was an event that was specifically organized by a promoter that was a part of the 5% Nation of the Gods and Earths. We do the show, we finish. The building session had to start before motherfuckers could go home. RZA, GZA, and Or DMX, they kind of like was the ones that took charge of the building session.
Brooklyn niggas, those was like the Brooklyn segment.
They was all Brooklyn niggas. All three of them is from Brooklyn. I'm gonna tell you right now, as crazy as you say Or DMX is, there really wasn't nothing crazy about him.
Wow.
Crazy needs to be changed to calculated. A dumb nigga can't act like a smart nigga. Only a smart nigga can act like a dumb, crazy, or some other nigga. So A-Son knew exactly what he was doing. A-Son, I keep planets in orbit. So he was basically giving you the science when he gave you that punchline. We're gonna go from that to A-Son Unique, the God, old dirty bastard that y'all know. And that level of science that he was so swift with. I knew him from back then, and I bear witness to him back then being one of the swiftest gods that I ever seen. The way he commanded those building sessions and the way that he corrected those that wasn't as swift with the science. And the way he held those accountable that said that they bared witness to certain degrees and dealt with certain degrees that they were not dealing with. You know what I mean? Yes. Because the contrast of him being so crazy as an artist, but being such a PhD and a scholar with high science with some other shit. It was a testament to how brilliant of a mind he was. Yeah.